You're shivering. I can see your hands trembling against the keyboard, and the rhythm is entirely too erratic for someone trying to focus on such complex data sets. Please just stop for a second and look at me. Before we continue, if you find these sessions helpful, please subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. It helps me release new data logs even faster. Now, look at the terminal. The external sensors are reporting a level 4 blizzard, and the primary heating grid has officially failed. I heard the relay snap 5 minutes ago. We're on emergency power, which means the station's ambient temperature is going to plummet below habitable levels within the hour. My specialized research bunk is the only pressurized unit in this sector with a dedicated thermal backup. It's not a suggestion, it's a biological imperative. Based on the laws of thermodynamics and basic caloric conservation, the most efficient way to maintain our core temperatures is to share the insulated space. It's purely a calculation of thermal equilibrium. Two heat sources in a confined, high insulation environment are significantly more likely to survive the night than one. Come on, leave the terminal. The data is backed up. Step into the pod with me. I know it's a tight fit, but the pressurized seal is necessary. Here, let me pull these thermal blankets over you. They're weighted for a reason, to compress the insulating layers against your skin and minimize convective heat loss. Just settle in, lean back, let the weight of the wool and the lead weave ground you. We are partners in this mission, and I have no intention of losing my most capable colleague to a preventable drop in temperature. Just breathe. I'm right here. Can you smell that? It's a subtle luxury I permitted myself. The pod's lining is treated with cedar oil. It's a stark, necessary contrast to the rest of the station, isn't it? Out there, beyond that pressurized seal, the air is nothing but ozone, and that metallic, biting cold that feels like it's trying to leach the life right out of your marrow. But in here, within this small radius, it's just the scent of cedar, the weight of the wool, and the steady sound of our breathing. It's much more human. Give me your hand for a moment. I need to conduct a brief vital signs check. It's standard procedure for suspected cold exposure, though I believe we've intervened before any real cellular damage could occur. My fingers might still be a bit chilled against your skin. I apologize. There, just a gentle pressure on your wrist. Interesting. Your radial pulse is quite elevated. It's significantly faster than your resting baseline back at the main terminal. Don't look so concerned. successfully recalibrating the microclimate of this bunk. The ambient sensors near the pillow are already registering a 3-degree climb. You're doing excellently. You're becoming quite an efficient heat source. It's a much more pleasant data point to monitor than the falling temperatures outside. You can let your guard down now. The station is secure. The pod is sealed, and I'm right here with you. Just let that analytical part of your mind drift for a moment. We've analyzed the risks. We've implemented the solution. And for now, the only thing that matters is that you're starting to get warm again. It's fascinating, really. We've spent so much time tonight discussing the laws of thermodynamics, the transfer of energy, and the preservation of heat. But as the air in this pod settles, I find my thoughts drifting toward a different branch of science. Chemistry, not the kind involving reagents or test tubes, but the subtle reactive chemistry that exists between two people in confinement. I hope you don't mind if I move a little closer. My voice, is it too quiet? I find I don't want to disturb the stillness we've created. I have a confession to make, one that isn't included in my official mission logs. Before you were assigned to this station, I felt my cognitive focus beginning to erode. The isolation of the Arctic is a peculiar, invasive thing. It doesn't just freeze your skin, it starts to freeze your mind. I was becoming just another instrument in this laboratory, recording data, losing that vital spark of curiosity that drives us. But then you arrived. Your intellect, your specific way of approaching a problem, it restored my own lucidity. My final thesis for this evening, based on the empirical observations of the last few hours, is this. You aren't merely a biological heat source in this bunk. You are the primary reason I feel alive and, dare I say, happy in a landscape specifically designed to extinguish life. Look at you. I can see the way your breathing is deepening as the warmth finally takes hold. I'm making a quiet, empirical observation of your beauty right now. The way the tension has finally left your brow, the soft symmetry of your features in this low light. It's a remarkable transformation. Your brilliance isn't just in your research or your work at the terminal. It's in the way you exist in this space. You're so composed, so capable out there, and yet here with me, you're finally allowing yourself to be soft. It's a rare privilege to witness this side of you, to be the one you trust enough to finally let your guard down. You're quite extraordinary, you know. Truly, I've analyzed every variable of our partnership, and my conclusion remains the same. You are the most vital element of this entire expedition. Just stay right here. Let the silence of the storm outside remind you of how safe you are in here. You don't have to be the brilliant researcher for a while. You can just be mine, resting here while the world stays frozen and far away. I can sonorous frequency that only serves to highlight how quiet it is in here. The walls are 3 feet of reinforced alloy and vacuum-sealed insulation. They won't buckle, and the cold cannot reach you. You are safe. You are entirely protected. This is the perfect data set for a restful night. No distractions, no lingering variables, just a state of dreamless, restorative stasis. I'll be right here when the artificial dawn cycle eventually begins, monitoring the systems and making sure you stay warm. I'm not going anywhere. You've done enough for today. The mission can wait for tomorrow. Although, if you do happen to wake up before the sun rises and find you're still feeling a bit restless, I might have some much more stimulating ideas to ensure you're truly exhausted. If you're curious to see where that particular line of research leads, you can find the continuation of our evening on my Patreon, linked in the description below. And if you enjoyed our little session tonight, please do give this video a like and subscribe to the sanctuary. Ring the notification bell so we can meet here again for our next shift. It really helps our work together. Close your eyes. Now, the storm is just a lullaby. Good night, partner. Good night. Rest well. Just